Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pelletier Craft Studio. I am Elaine, and I'm happy to be with you today. I've been thinking periodically I like to do things that nobody else is doing. I also like to do things that are, a little out of the ordinary. So I thought that today I'm going to show you what I do when I often am just sitting around playing in my craft room. So let's start off by taking a look at what I have on my craft table, and we will take it from there. All right, so as you can see, I just picked out a couple of inks, and I almost always keep the jet black close to me because it's inevitable that I'm going to use it. I also went on ahead and picked out a few stamp sets. I just love the Elegant Sayings, and look, if you get the Elegant Sayings, be sure that you get the die cuts to go with them because they'll help you cut them out if you want to individually use them. And I went and just pulled any old little flower I had. Now I just happened to pick the mini wildfire. It comes in a bundle. You can get the whole set, but you can use any small flower you have with the process that I'm going to be doing today. The next thing that I decided that I wanted to do is, of course, I knew I was going to need a card base. Of course, it's got to be separated. Here you go. I knew I was going to need a card base, and I wanted to do some special die cutting. So I chose the emerald cutting labels and dies. And just to let you know, these are coming. They've not hit the store yet, but they are well on their way. It's the perfect time for you to mark it down and let us know that that's a product you're going to want. The other thing I decided was I am not going to sit here and do a whole lot of blending. Instead, I'm going to do some pouncing. I've gotten to where I just love it. I'm going to be using Simon Hurley Later Gator. I'm also going to be using Crown Me. And I thought to make it even more fun, I'd use a little shooting star. So what I do is I take my pounce, and notice that this pounce is green. So I'm probably going to be using it on the Later Gator. What do you think? That just kind of makes sense to me. So from here, I'm just going to turn my card into the direction that I think I'm going to want to use it. I'm going to sit here and pounce around on my my ink for a little while, and then I'm going to just pounce around on top of my card. Now, I want you to notice that using the pounce method, I get the exact color that I want because all I have to do is stop pouncing when I got it where I want it. I don't have to worry about, is it too much? Is it not enough? Where am I at? I can make it light. I can keep pouncing on top of it, and I can even make it dark. Pouncing is not meant to do your little circle thing, but if you hold it down close to the sponge, you can. But hey, that takes all the fun out of pouncing, right? Okay, so look about right here. And now I'm also going to do a little bit of pouncing in here with my green. I mean, the point is I'm just putting down color, right? Here we go. So in my pouncing, I could use any size pouncer that I want. They do come in 2 different sizes. Personally, I have just gotten attached to the little ones because I don't want a big area done. Even though I'm doing, a little more than a little area this time, I didn't want to come up and have to use something big. Now, when I get ready to put it down, I just put it back down in its case, and then I don't have to worry about getting ink all over my craft table. So here we go. We're going to do a little bit more pouncing. This time I'm going to start pouncing in the middle. And I'm loving the shooting star. For me, the shooting star is a bright, vibrant yellow. And I've really enjoyed using it in a lot of different places. One of the other things that I like about the shooting star is the same thing that's true with all of the Simon Hurleys. And that is that I can take and I can just add the ink where I want it to be, and it blends so well. So you see how I'm topping it right on top of this green, and it's just blending. I mean, it just goes together so well. So I also said I'm going to use a little Crown Me. Are you listening, Cindy? We're going to crown you in purple. That's Cindy's color. Y'all know that, right? You've learned that by now. That Cindy's my purple friend. And I'm just going to add a little bit of purple on the sides. I've got a white spot up here at the top, so I'm going to add a little bit of purple on the white spot at the top. I do like the fact that it gives, using the pouncers, I also get a little bit of a rounding. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the technique that we used to do you know, where we put the white circles and everything. I'll bet somebody can come up with the name of that for me. All right, so here we go. We're going to keep on pouncing. We're going to cover up our complete card. And I really, like I said, I really love using this technique because it is so easy. Of course, you could do the exact same thing with blending brushes. So use what you got in your craft room, girls. You know, you want to try something new? Pick you up a couple of the pouncers. But hey, if you got blending brush in your craft room, you can use those as well. Remember, here at Pelletier Craft Studio, we do recommend using what you have in your craft room, and you're going to see me do a lot of that this time. Okay, here you go. So I'm really happy with the way that has come out. Aren't they just beautiful colors? I just kind of laid them around. Didn't do anything special with them, just kind of put them down. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up my inks because y'all know me. I will have ink on every single finger I've got if I don't. And in this case, I am finished with my colored inks. So I am going to just put them to the side, put that little pouncer away. All right. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my water bottle and I'm going to spray any background stamp you had. Now, this was a background stamp that we used in class, and I just kind of fell in love with it. It's a bunch of words, nothing really special, doesn't say anything particular, and when I'm done with it, you're not going to know what it says. After I finish that, I'm going to put this on it, blot it one time. Did you hear me, ladies? One time, and one time only. Now, I don't want water all over the bottom of everything, but I do want just a tiny bit of water on my paper. So I've put a little bit of water on my paper, and now I'm going to put down my stamp. Now, once I've got my stamp down, I'm just going to get my little device here that I can just roll right over top of it. Now, we do have these on the inside of the craft store. Cindy, what are these things called? Uh-oh, I got a blank look, but I didn't ask her that question. Oh, what are they called? Oh, I just love them. They ought to be called my doomahickey, but I know we've called them something better than that. I can tell you that the ones that I like the best are coming from Pink Fresh. All right. Oh, look. Look at all this. If you look real closely, you can see the design on the inside of it. But see how I got little water spots everywhere? And those water spots are coming from the inside of my stamp. So I know exactly where all that's coming from. And I like the way it works. Yes, Miss Claudia.
Stamp pressure foot.
Stamp pressure foot. How does that make sense? Now, how come we didn't think of that, Cindy? Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my elegant dies and I'm going to put them down on the top of this. And then I'm going to take my next piece and I'm going to put it around here as well, because I'm going to run these through my die cut machine. Now, I'm using my regular machine today. This is my regular Platinum 6. But guys, I am telling you, that little Scout, oh, she is the hoot. I just love my little Scout. But today I already had this one out, so we're going to just go on ahead and use it. All I'm doing is running it through my machine. Yeah, you get a bird's eye view of my elbow, but what can I say? Whee! There we go. And we're through. And then I'm going to bring it out. And look at here, ladies. Now we've got a couple of different little things here going on. And we're going to find that I've got some ideas and some ways of using them. Now, the other thing that I did off camera was I was playing around and I die cut out this little piece, and not realizing that it was a card base instead of just a layer, I cut it out twice. And I thought, dang, I hate to throw that away. That's a pretty good product there. But I thought, what the heck? Maybe I can use it. So I have decided that I'm going to paste it with my awesome piece here right on the inside. I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive, and if you don't have your glue press, oh, shame on you for waiting so late. But you're also in luck in that I do have, Cindy, do I have 3 or 4?
Probably 4.
She says I got 4. So when those 4 are gone, we're going to have to wait for them to come back into the manufacturer before we can add any more to our inventory. So now's a good time to go ahead and get yours. So I'm going to put that down right there. And I'm also going to close this. And I'm going to put another one down on this side. I mean, we don't want it to be real flimsy, right? We want it to be good and strong. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of paper to this. Cotton's misbehaving. Here we go. All right. And I'm going to put this one down right here. And gosh, I do love that machine. Oh my God, that glue press is just the bomb. All right, so here's what I've got now. I got something on my card. Well, that's okay. I've got my caddy over here close by. And I can just take my caddy and pull it off. What can I say? That's what that little caddy's for. All right, now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I decided that it would be really pretty if I had some color to this. I wanted some more color. So I decided I was going to take my Nuvo Crystal Drops. Look here, ladies. Pulling it out, putting it away, taking the lid off my crystal dots. Somebody's going, what is that lady doing? And Claudia goes, wow.
Wow. I'm
And I heard somebody else say, shut the front door.
Wow.
And I'm just going to be making a few lines with my gold. There you go. How about that? Isn't that beautiful? I just love the way it comes out. And the next thing is, when I'm done, I just push it back, take it out, put the lid back on it, and it's ready to be used again later on. Now, ladies, if you are still burning your fingers when you're using your heat and emboss, you haven't been to my craft room. Because I don't burn my fingers anymore. I have my very own stand, and it takes care of my machine. So let's see if I can drop this around here to where you can see what I've got. There you go. And we're going to pull the camera down. Look, this is a heating machine. And all I have to do is just turn it on. You have to find the switch. And I hold what I am heating up underneath it. Now, normally I wouldn't heat this up. But I'm heating it up today because I want to go ahead and finish up this card. Look at this. No burning my fingers. You do want to remember that this is crystal dots. You don't want to jump in here and burn it too long. If you run it too long, you will have a problem with it bubbling, and we don't want it to bubble. All we want it to do is dry. I have a few dots in here that I think are a little bit thick, so I'm just going to take my rag and push them down. And this works very easily. And now when it finishes drying, everything will be flatter. And it'll have a little bit of texture to it. So as you can see, I'm just running it underneath it. Kind of like cooking or frying something. I'm just cooking it up here. What can I say? But look, it's just drying just as easy. Easy peasy. No issue here. Alrighty. She's just about there. Yep, almost there. All right. So now all I have to do is move that back out of the way, and I can bring the camera back down to my craft table so you can see what I'm doing. I had it clipped to the board so that it would not fly away, and now I just take the clip and the board and put it back on the inside of that machine. Now, I do have a few places that are still sticking up, and I don't want it to stick up. And you're going to see why in just a minute. So all I'm doing is just mashing them down. And as I'm pushing them down, I'm also adding texture. Because I've got texture on the inside of my rag here. So I'm just adding a little bit of texture. But I want you to look. Isn't that gorgeous? The way that has come out? Okay. So now the next thing that I want to do is I want to do some stamping. So I have taken the, remember I told you I was going to use the mini wildflower? I've taken my mini wildflower and I'm just going to ink it up. You can use any mini flower that you have, any flower that's not too big. You don't have to use this one, but watch what I'm doing. I'm putting it strategically placed right inside of that yellow and green. So now my wildflower is yellow and the green is green. How about that for just easy peasy, easy peasy. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I want to put it on my card, and I want to do it with some pop-ups. So I'm just taking my strips here, and I'm going to put it on the back of it. And I want to show you something. When I put this on the back of this one, and I push it down, and then I put this one on the back here, and I push it down. That's not exactly where I wanted it to be. Oh well, I guess I'm going to try to pull it up. It won't come up without tearing my paper, and I've got so much work in this. Let me show you a new product that doesn't give me that issue, okay? A big whole roll of tape, right? So this is called the Perfect Foam Tape. And there you go. I've cut it the size that I want it to be. I'm going to put it down. Let's see, I'm going to put it down like this. Oh, wait a minute. That isn't going to work for what I want to do. All right, no problem. I'm just picking it up. It didn't tear my paper. Look, it didn't take off nothing. Absolutely nothing. So now I can come back and put it down here on the side. And we'll press it down. Now let's see. Oh, is that where I want it? I don't think so. I think I want it somewhere else. So, look at there, ladies. I have pulled it up again, and it's not messed up my paper, and it's not messed up my tape. That's what I love about this adhesive. It is the absolute bomb. I can put it down, up and down, up and down, up and down, but when it stays down for 30 minutes, it's there to stay. Now look at there. Isn't that... Oh no. Please, please, please. Look at there. I still get to put it down straight. Where's my Barbara when I need her? She would be so happy. Alright, so I got to take sticky stuff off this side so the opposite end will stick. But I wanted you to see how awesome that adhesive is. Now, I want to do something to the inside of my card. Remember, I put those two panels on? Okay, so let's take this panel and just stick it right in the middle. Now we got a little bit more of a decoration on the inside here. Of course, I'm going to want to put it down with an adhesive that will put it down on this little bitty piece here. There we go, there we go. Just putting down my little dots because I don't need no big places. You know, and the nice thing about it is this is not going to be spreaded all over my card, nor is it going to be all over my fingers. So look at here. Cindy's not getting me yet. I've been sneaking those little 1 or 2 line songs in.
Oh no, I'm over here going, no singing. No
She's over here screaming, no singing. All right, look at that. Look up there. Isn't that kind of neat? That makes for a little bit of decoration to it too, doesn't it? And I think I'm going to take my stamp that says, thank you for supporting me. And I'm just going to come back up here to the top and I'm going to stamp it. Thank you for supporting me. And there's our card for today, ladies. Beautiful, easy, fun, and different. Now, I did do one before our video today. And this is the one that I did earlier. And as you can see, remember I told you I cut those centerpieces out? Well, there it is. So I made the same card with a little bit of a diversion or a little bit of difference. But the most important things are, ladies, I have 2 unique cards. And as for the insides, they are uniquely different as well. Look at this. Perfect. All right, ladies, thank you for dropping in on us this Tuesday afternoon. I look forward to seeing you next week when we'll be doing another quick and easy project. Always look for us when you're looking for tips to use everything you have in your craft room. Have a great time, and don't forget, enjoy the 4th of July. Bye.